is not necessary. You would have found another way to do this.
The crowd. What is happening in Nigeria?
Hello everyone, welcome once again to Think Tank TV. Now recall that yesterday there was this controversy that surrounded the Nigerian nation where a lot of people's lines were blocked. And a lot of people were accusing the federal government of intentionally instructing the Nigeria Communications Commission to ask all the telecoms to block the lines of people in a bid to frustrate the upcoming protests. Yes, reaction trailed it as there was a lot of protests in some of the offices of the telecoms like MTN, where some Nigerian youths went ahead to bring down their fence. Now in this video, I'm going to be giving you the thoughts of Arise News crew, who has given their insight as to the circumstances that surrounded Nigerian youths commencing the protest before the 1st of August to bring down the fence of MTN. Arise News crew has demystified the circumstances. I'd like you to take a look at it, but don't go anywhere. I'll be coming back to give you my full thoughts about it. Take a look.
There was panic across several states in the country, fueled by the telco's recent blocking of phone lines that were said to be non-compliant with the NIN SIM linkage requirement. Disgruntled subscribers took to the streets on Monday to protest, while a group of protesters were seen in a trending video damaging the fence of an MTN office in Festac, Lagos. Let's take a look at this video.
MTN, so this is not necessary. This is not necessary. You would have found another way to do this.
Look at the crowd. What is happening in Nigeria? Look at the crowd. Can you see? All these people's lines, they block everybody's line. Everybody's line has been blocked. In this our country, Nigeria.
This was unfortunate. We got footage from Osun State, Oshogbo, that was Festac, but you know, the issue has been resolved, as I heard from yesterday, but in the meantime, fuel queues have returned. In many stations are currently dry. There's scarcity in Lagos, Ogun, parts of Abuja and Niger State, and some other states across the country. There are reports that black marketers have taken advantage of the situation, selling as high as 1,300 naira per litre and 1,500 naira per litre in parts of Lagos and Ogun states. While NNPC has said that the fuel scarcity is as a result of a hitch in the discharge of operations of a couple of vessels. But of course, you know that Nigerians are going to link this to the nationwide protest that has been going, that has been announced, scheduled for August 1st. Let me take Omoyele Sowore's tweet. He wrote, "Fuel crisis has been introduced to stifle Nigerians, planning end bad governance in Nigeria. Telcos, MTN, Glo World, Airtel Nigeria are deliberately targeting Nigerians to slow down their ability to communicate and mobilize. Nigerians are determined more than ever to end bad governance in Nigeria." I mean, can you blame Omoyele Sowore at this point with that information? But as we have talked about, we're not the government, like, Ajuri Ngilali was on television yesterday saying that Tinubu is backing a peaceful protest. No one is stifling Nigerians to go out and protest. The idea is that it has to be peaceful.
Yes, and in that show of what he has said, the NCC has actually directed that all lines that were blocked by MTN ought to be unblocked.
Yes.
Right. So hopefully today we'll see some sanity. Well, as you see from footage there, the people who destroyed properties of MTN, now that their lines will be unblocked, what will they do about that? So it's just this spend chance for destroy, get upset and do that. That's the difficulty. Almost gives a foretaste and then credence to what has been said with regards to things getting violent, because people are hungry and angry. And I mean, just look at this.
Yes.
They are going to unblock their lines now. What will then happen? I hope the people who were responsible for this will be apprehended.
Absolutely. For this was provoked by MTN. I hope that MTN will take, also as well, responsibility for that. Yes. Can you imagine not being able to use your line for a couple of days? Some people didn't have Wi-Fi or anything.
Ojeh, let me also say something about complicity and responsibility on the part of Nigerians. 2020, when this announcement was made, a deadline of December 2023 was given for everyone to link their lines to NIN. This deadline had been shifted a number of times, and I recall, and I believe that the last or latest deadline was meant to be July 31st. In compliance with that, MTN then went ahead, because a number of people have gotten several deadlines, messages, go and link. The only thing I'll then say is inefficiency of the NCC in some parts, because some people who linked their NIN still had their lines blocked. This is a complaint of many.
Yes,
but
that's what
there are also people who didn't link the NIN despite the many calls by NCC, advocacy by even the telcos themselves, sending out messages, will give you free spots, and people just didn't bother to do it.
Right.
And then last minute they start rushing. But so just to mention that I'm glad that the directive has been given, and just to say that it's also an indication that it was not sabotaged by the government to block Nigerians from making telephone calls.
Talking about the blocking of some lines in MTN and Glo lines that happened yesterday. Just like Ayo said on Arise News, interestingly, it's not today that the Nigerian Communications Commission has been sending text messages and asking people to connect their lines to NIN. But the lackadaisical attitude of Nigerians would always let them wait till the deadline. And there have been several deadlines that has come back to back. And this is a call to Nigerians. For goodness sake, we keep faulting the government in different occasions to say, the government is not doing this, we on our own little parts must do our own little things to make sure that the country goes well. Because of course, I know that they may not get it all right, but it's a move in the right direction for them to be able to track security issues of everything that happens around the communication lines. And Nigerians should do well to go and get their SIMs registered. Please do also drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let's get to know what you think about the latest political issues surrounding the nation of Nigeria, as we shall continue to be here to serve you. Also, go to the comment section and tell us what you want us to talk about in our next video, and we shall continue to be here to serve you. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers. We really do not take it lightly. My name again is Moses, and this is Think Tank. See you on the next video. Bye for now.